Hello and welcome to the second presentation. This video I would be covering the second reading comprehension strategy for week 11 module, and I will be focusing on Think-alouds, presented by me, Malia Diana. What is this strategy? This strategy is used by teachers to verbalize aloud when reading a selection out loud. These verbalizations include the description of their actions as they read to monitor their comprehension. The purpose of this strategy is to model for the students how skilled readers construct meaning from text, because this is important so that students can then expand their skills and can then also formulate better their expression in their activities. So how would I use this as a teacher? As a teacher, I plan to use this strategy in most of the assignments I assign within the classroom that are difficult. I would begin by modeling my thinking as I read, focusing on unusual sentence structure, more syntax, and new vocabulary. As I introduce these opportunities for them, my students, to practice the following, I would also provide them with organized feedback afterwards. I would introduce the topic and then the assigned text and discuss the purpose of the Think Aloud strategy. Because sometimes it might, to a student, it might seem odd that I would be verbalizing my thoughts, but this is a great strategy to use so that the thinking, the internalized thinking also corresponds with how I would articulate it so that in written form, it makes more reasonable sense and the students can model that from my example. And so I would also create questions that go along with this strategy that I would then verbalize out loud. And these questions would be, what do I think about this topic? What will I learn from this? What else can I do to understand this material? How does this go along with what I already know? And ultimately, what did I learn? And as this strategy is used, students can then emulate what I, the teacher, would be doing, and then that could help them know the importance of this strategy and then continue using it throughout the semester or the school year. Lastly, have I ever experienced this strategy? I believe I have experienced this type of strategy before, and I think this dates back all the way to elementary. And I recall that teachers would use this strategy to help us as students better focus on the material we were covering if we got lost or we needed to redirect our attention to the classroom, so that the classroom could then be uniform and everybody would be on the same page, and then we could start brainstorming and then going on with our coursework. And lastly, this strategy was mostly used, I believe it was during like reading and during our coursework, or if we had to work on a final project or a project, the teacher would then bring our attention back and then we'd focus on the assignment. And thank you for watching. This is the end of my presentation.